Market structure is king, or is it not? Welcome, traders, to the probably most misunderstood concept in the SMC community world. Now, why is it the case that everybody's trying to talk about market structure? Everybody's trying to give you the illusion that market structure is the most important thing in order to understand if you should go into a trade, if you should validate your POI, if you should say, is it now bullish or bearish? Is it really the case? Well, I'm here to tell you guys that this is absolutely not the case. I mean, it just sounds as ridiculous as it is because of the matter of fact that only one concept cannot provide you the probability that we are looking here in our strategy. We want to use the sum of all these concepts that we're going to go over right now, step by step, with our individual refinements on them. And that's what we're going to make the strategy king, but not market structure. So if you ever thought about market structure changed my life or is giving me that one boost into my trading, that's absolutely not true, because there are so many factors within this financial markets that can make an impact on your bias, that can make impact on your entry style, on your POI selection and everything else. And therefore, just to say that one concept is king, I would not say that this is true. And this is the first thing that I wanted to go over in this video. The second one is we're going to speak a little bit about how market structure gets formed to really understand the original of everything, because you will see later on after you watch everything here in the education that what we are trying to do with our strategy is looking in the first way like we're predicting something, right? So it will look like, oh damn, why do we know right now that this specific movement will occur? Well, it is because what we are doing here is we understand on how price is forming based off what price did in the past and based on what price is about to do in the future, because it's always doing the same kind of thing. So we always see price moving up and down, right? We see it moving from supply to supply, supply and demand. We see it's moving from higher highs to higher lows, lower highs, lower lows, and all these things, okay? So there are, of course, many variations, and this is what makes it super tricky at the end, but it has like always the same purposes, and that's what we're going to go over in this whole chapter and so on. Right now, here on market structure, what we should know are just a few basic things, okay? So I'm just going to map out right now here a scenario, and I'm going to tell you what is important for us. If somebody speaks about market structure, probably the majority always starts thinking about this example that we have here. So we see price moving up and down, creating here a break structure, creating here higher high, higher low, and here a new higher high. Now, what we need to understand is that we are currently on this market from, very important, from a market structure perspective, bullish. Does it mean right now that we will continue to be bullish forever? No, of course not. But this is what the majority of the retailers, the majority of the SMC traders and so on think that this will happen. Price will go to the moon, right? You have BOS, that means what? I need to look to buy the market. Is it stupid to go bearish at this point here? Well, it depends, right? If you, for instance, will have here some form of confirmations that price will go down here, because this is why price is moving to the downside, because it has a specific reason, then of course it is totally okay to trade these pullbacks. And this is what the majority of the retailers or SMC traders are trying to tell you at the beginning of their market structure theory is never trade those pullbacks, because those pullbacks are always here to trap you. They're here to just make some short movements in the market, and then afterwards they will go to the moon, right? They will just explode afterwards. So you should just wait for that moment when price will explode. But what they do not tell you is that what is if price doing, well, this kind of form, right? Boom. And it's just melting. You would just look like, okay, but we got this, right? We got a break of structure. So price went here all the way down to the extreme. Okay, let's make this example. We're at the extreme because that's what's validating this whole thing. So you see price moving like this, creating a bullish lag. Okay, it's good to know, but that doesn't mean that if price will come to the extreme, this will then, after it broke structure here, it will go bullish, right? There are many other factors. That's what we need to understand. And this is why here, with this example here, I can already explain you that market structure is definitely not king, because these scenarios occur very often in these markets. And it's good that they occur because they have a specific reason why they do occur. And our job as a trader is to understand why this kind of thing happens, how we can protect against these things, and how we can even trade them. Okay, so let me just draw you here a continuation of this example, because that's already a big point here on market structure and the theory to understand. Do not just focus on what you see here, right? Because that's what you see, and your result will be here, your stop loss set, because you will look here to take you long because you think this market structure is king and so on. What you need to target is the moon. Okay, so I will put my TP. I will write here moon because that's what we want. Just do a little bit of things here. Yes, that makes more sense. So that's where we want to go, right? To the moon. So this is the trade, but why do we fail that trade? Okay, so you see, okay, it's ridiculous to just say one concept is king, because you need to view all the other things as well. But also market structure, you need to view it from different perspectives. What if right now in this case, if I just draw here a little bit of bigger story around this thing, what if we have this kind of situation? Does this look to you right now like it will go to the moon? Well, actually not, because it will depend, of course, like I said, on other factors. But you can see here, like from the start, what price is doing, it's creating here like this bigger lag, or this red thing should just illustrate you right now here in higher time frame. So price will follow that. Just because you got right now here internal breaks, because you got here multiple breaks, you can see your first break of structure is this one. Your second break of structure or bullish break of structure is this one. Now you can clearly see that this break of structure had like only one job. It was just a job to bring price down lower, to make people believe it will go up, right? So what I like to do is, when I see this form of market structure here, is not to just jump on the next demand area or on the next break of structure immediately to take longs. I start using all the other concepts, and then what I do from a market structure perspective, I just look to draw like this line to see, okay, does it still make sense to be bullish? Or bearish? What does make more sense? If, for instance, now price will do this, will move up from here, and will break like another thing, I will need to start recognizing very fast, okay, wait, we just broke like another leg, and probably it makes right now sense to really go bullish because it's time to shift the trend, okay? So everything that I wanted to say right now here at the beginning is just to start rethinking this kind of moon thing, okay? Start rethinking. Only because I got a BOS, it doesn't need to be right now the movement that I expect or what market structure is telling me that the next movement will be. Super important, guys. This is like the first lesson that you should learn here by using this concept. The same will be with all the other things as well. So I will go to where they're very detailed over everything. So what do we need to know right now in reality about market structure? Well, like I said, all these things right now, to not think breakout structure will validate everything, but we need to understand if price is like moving in a choppy way right now. So I'm just making you here a lower time frame, okay? So it's here a lower time frame uptrend in this case, okay? So you know that if you go on M1, you will see very weird things, okay? On 4 hour, you will just see one straight line, okay? So perfect. Now, this is for instance an uptrend. Now, it's difficult right now to say because people will try to think in terms of break of structure the whole time. So they will map out here, they will map it out here, they will map it out here, here, and so on. Okay, makes sense at some point, of course. Now, what you will see is that you got your low, your high low, but here you can see it's not respecting it. Okay, you will see price is in reality going below it, and this will have again multiple reasons why it's doing that. But thinking in these terms that whenever a high low gets broken, it's changing the trend is just too simple, okay? Okay, that's just too simple to say that this is why price is returning or not, okay? So I just want to keep your attention right now on market structure and try to understand that this is not always the case, okay? You can, of course, use the concept like you use it, like you know it, that it works. So, okay, moving up, okay. Then pullback, right? There is your break of structure, moving up, going down, moving up. Okay, this is a very realistic in this case scenario, what we will see very often. Here you see the higher time frame trend, okay, because that's how it looks like. So let me just show you. This is the higher time frame structure, higher high, higher low. On the lower time frame, we want to understand that we have here our break. You see prices respecting, okay. First some break of structure to the downside, okay. One more time lower, but look at this. Next time it's getting higher, for instance. It doesn't need to look like that. But then it doesn't mean that price cannot go lower. Still, in this case, this break here is validating, in this case, okay, we got a trend change. Okay, so like price is going down. But the next one is trying to make you believe it's going to move up, which is not the case, okay? So price is going up higher, but then it's moving down, breaking this. And now it makes you believe it will go down. And yes, that's what it is doing. Then here again, break of structure. So it tries to give you the belief price is moving up higher, and that's exactly what it's doing. It's even breaking this, It's even breaking like here, this one on the left as well. But then look at this, it's breaking it back down, making you believe it's continued to go down, breaking it up. Then it's again back bullish, breaking it down, and so on. So I think you got the understanding of what I'm trying to give you here with the understanding of market structure. It's totally fine. Now, how I personally would view this market structure right now, if I would see this, is more than likely trying to understand that this is the real trend that I'm trying to follow. Okay? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, break of it, and we're going with higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Okay? So I'm trying to like make like a puzzle out of it, okay? To understand, okay, is it not really the movement or is it just a trap? Okay? Now, I know that may not make sense right now in these terms because I personally do not map it out like this because I don't need to map that out. You will see that other concepts will try to or will help us to understand, okay, when it is a valid BOS and when not. Because for me, more relevant is to understand where is the POI and so on, and then I'm looking for it. So market structure will still just remain the way on it is. What I also do is if I see price moving, okay, it's moving up, I just want to see price making just a wick above it, and for me it's okay. It's okay. It's for me structure. I don't need to see a full candle close below it. Okay? I do not care about that because for me it's just relevant that the high is getting taken out. Okay? Then I admit, okay, it is a break of it. Price went up higher. That's the point, okay? That's the point of higher highs because it went higher than the high. If it right now closed above it or not, I do not care. The fact is just here, we peaked higher than the previous high, so we are creating a new higher high, and this is why the concept is on how it is. And of course, you need to use this concept on multiple time frames. Okay, so you're trying to map out this, starting with the higher time frame, going then to the lower ones. Okay, so in this example, if this would be the M15, or no, let's say this is the 4 hours, then this big one would be the daily or the weekly, okay? And then we have, of course, here the M15 trend, okay? Then at some point, break of structure, and then we move up. Boom. And we go back up. And so on. So for us, like I said, relevant is just to understand market structure is not telling you right now 100% where price needs to go, but it tells you the intention of the market. Okay, it's telling you, okay, after price is breaking something, it's telling you, okay, we went above this high higher, so somebody pushed from here strongly the market to the upside. Now what he will do here as soon as he is closing profits will be up to him. Will he decide right now, okay, I would just let price to come only till here and then we continue to go up higher? Or will he say, yeah, great, now I can finally go down lower because I want to take out this. And then I go back up higher, and then I want to go short, and then I want to go back long, and we break a new trend, and so on. Okay? This whole thing will, at the end, in reality, depend on every single institution or the sum of the institutions that are trading here, acting here in this market, and they have certain rules on when they need to realize profits and when not. And they're also doing it by using multiple concepts, okay? So also they do not just look on market structure and say market structure is king, so we got a BOS, so we need definitely to go long. So what I recommend you guys is you can also trade pullbacks. Do not have fear to trade pullbacks. Even if it's a strongly trending market, you can trade pullbacks. It just needs to make sense, okay? What I can just tell you is from market structure, which will help you a lot, where I really put a lot of trust in it, or how I use it is, for instance, if you have a monthly chart, weekly chart, okay, let's say there's a weekly chart moving like this. Now, of course, you can take longs. That's super, of course, super realistic, but you should not really expect, if the weekly is bearish, that price will take out the high, the lower high, okay, and then do like these things. This is something ridiculous, because you need to understand, on the weekly or on the monthly, you have like so much volume in it. So in order to really break the structure there will require, as I said, all the other concepts and so on. But I'm just trying to tell you right now on how you can use it very effectively. Is if this is bearish, right, it will continue, of course, bearish until it will also here come to a point where you can expect this kind of reversal, and then you know that already. But if you're like just creating here lower lows and lower highs and so on, and here to the left you will not see anything that could interact with this price action, this kind of market would just continue to go down lower and lower. So keep that please in mind. And that's like the same on the lower time frames as well. So like if you don't have anything which is relevant here on the left in this kind of situation right now, then of course price will continue to go down lower, and you should not be like, okay, now we got a break of structure here bullish. Don't think that this will go then from this point bullish, because it will continue to go down lower. There need always to be something relevant to the left, okay? Because you need to understand that everything here is staged, okay? The whole market is just staged, okay? Everything is staged, and it's a big show for them. So they know exactly where they want to return their points, where they want to go long, where they want to go short, okay? And our job is to identify that, to understand when this kind of event will occur. And yeah, more is going to follow right now in the next kind of videos. Now I just want to go over a few examples on market structure to tell you right now how you can use it, how we use it, and how it is also not working, okay? Because that's what traders are not showing to you. And I will also tell you on how we can protect ourselves from these traps. So see you then in the next video, guys.